Ladies and gentlemen, I'm meadsy69. Welcome back to the channel. Now, in today's video, we're going to look at the soft bear. Yes, the soft, cuddly bear, which of course is the IS-3, the IS-3 bear. Now, the reason I've called it the soft bear, because it is, in my opinion, a good tank, but soft. It's the armor profile isn't like that of things like the IS-7. The hull is quite weak. The turret is pretty good, but yeah, it is very, very easy to pen. And it's a tank we haven't actually looked at for quite a while. And to be fair, I wasn't even intending to make an IS-3 video anytime soon. I haven't played it for years, and I wasn't intending to play it. But someone sent me a replay. And they had titled it IS-3 6,000 damage. So I thought, you know what? Now is the time to play the IS-3 and make a video. It's been a while. So I watched the replay, and it isn't even the IS-3. It was the IS-3 Defender. But I didn't watch the replay until I went and had a battle. So I went and had a battle because I do like to put my own replays in there as well. So I went and played a battle. Done decent, got a decent amount of damage, and then went to add and record, and I'm like, wait, this ain't the IS-3, it's the IS-3 Defender. So I had to go out and play it again to get another replay, because I don't want to just use one replay. But yeah, that's the story of me wanting to make this video. But the tank itself is not a bad tank. It's very quick for what it is, like the whole IS line, really. The turret's pretty nice. There are, of course, weak points, but the hull, just 110 millimeters on that hull. So yeah, it is very, very weak. It's a pike nose as well, so if you're angling, your pike nose will become weak, your lower plate's weak as well. So it is a very difficult tank to play, but of course it is the IS, it's an IS line, Russian. You will get the troll bounce, like, easy. Like, you'll get them when you don't even expect them, and you could do that pretty much with the whole IS line, the IS-8, the IS-7, not so much the IS, but the IS-3 as well. So the DPM, nothing special, 1,828. We are running this with calibrated shells. We wasn't in one of the replays. I think the first replay we wasn't. But yeah, I was struggling to pen tier 9 tanks. I thought, you know, I have to run calibrated shells just to get that little bit more penetration. So the reload is 13.13 seconds. Your penetration, 236 on your AP and 278 on your APCR, 75 on your HG. You've got a 400 alpha gun, 340 on your APCR, 500 on your HG. Aim time, as you can see, is really, really poor at 5.7, and the gun dispersion also poor at 0.362. So you're not going to be camping at the back with this tank. It is a frontline tank. You only have 5 degrees of gun depression as well, which again is really, really poor. You do have a top speed of 38 kilometers an hour with an average speed of 30, so that isn't too bad. Again, just like the whole IS line. What this tank does now have as well is, of course, the tungsten shells. So you're gonna get 15% or up to 15% average damage per shot whilst this is on. So of course you can have it for 20 seconds, so you're going to get 2 shots out if you can. But yeah, I went to play it and I thought, you know what, it's not as bad. I was actually intending to play it, as you can see in the middle, there's the IS-3 Defender. Yeah, I was intending to play it thinking, and going to name the video like, yeah, it's soft as shit, basically, because it is soft as shit. You're going to get penned by almost everything that comes in front of you, but you can also have good games. You know, it's not just a tank that you do bad, you get penned every time. As I've said, it is an IS line, it's an IS Russian line, so you are going to get the troll bounce, and you're going to see that in a couple of the replays that you can get troll bounces, but most of them, if you try to get a bounce in this tank, and again, the same as the IS-8 and the same as the IS-7, if you try and get bounces, it's never going to happen. Honestly, it's very, very annoying. You don't try, you literally just bounce almost everything as long as you don't try. Says me that actually tried there, but you can see I'm trying to wiggle. Like, I can see these guys there. I'm trying to wiggle to make it a little bit more difficult for them to be able to penetrate me. Because if you are just sitting there, of course, they're going to aim at your weak points. They're going to make it easy, or you're going to make it easy for them to penetrate you. So if you are in the open, of course, yeah, wiggle about, you know, make it a little bit more difficult, at least, for them to penetrate you. So I'm going to get the shot off. Nice 500 max roll against the J Panther there. And now we're just going to push on. The 53 TP is backing off. So I'm thinking, right, this guy, this Bizonte, is basically hid behind this. So let's all attack him. Look at the mini-map. Our guys are pushing. I mean, look, they are all marching in. These guys are in a lot of trouble because our guys are all pushing forward. And then we're just going to move on to the next one. So it was actually a really, really good team game, to be fair. We're all pushing, and the 53 TP is not going to last much longer. So he's 4 hit points, bang, 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 and before you know it, he's dead. I really wanted to get the HE shot off, but I got only 300 damage because there's just so many tanks around. And then I don't know what this CS53 is doing. He's just like, yeah, you know, I think he's just gave up. Like, I might as well just push in because we are dead. Obviously, with the 400 Alpha, you will get some rolls that are a lot less, you know, 300, 330, up to 330, sort of 350, and of course maybe even a little bit lower if you are using APCR. So yeah, it's not a bad tank. The tank's better in like now than it is on paper. So if you look at it on paper, you're thinking, right, low DPM. The speed isn't fantastic on paper, 36 or 38, whatever it is. No gun depression, no armor. It doesn't look good, and the aim time, the dispersion, they are all poor. But when you actually play the tank, it does feel a lot better. It does obviously feel like a medium tank, and that is what a lot of these IS tanks do. You know, they feel like medium tanks, and that's why a lot of people love them. So when Wargaming announced, I think it was the IS-7, I think they were dropping the speed a bit. It's really disappointing because that is what the IS-7 is known by. It's known to be really, really, really quick. And then they're going to drop it. You know, it doesn't need to be dropped. I prefer it to have a little bit of speed because other than the speed, they don't have too much going for them. Of course, they're always going to be popular. The IS line will always be popular just because it leads to the IS-7 and everybody wants to get the IS-7. That's a fact. From the start, like, I've been playing the game almost 10 years. From the start, these IS lines have always been very, very popular among the community, and that is it's been that way from literally from the very start. There's never been like an era where no one wants to play them. They're always wanting to be played. And they're not bad, you know, like I said, they're really not that bad. They in game they do feel okay. Yes, they can be very frustrating because you just don't really bounce. And if you've got a tank with gun depression like this Lerva here, he can penetrate me, but I can't really. If I aim properly, then yeah, I'll be able to penetrate him. But when he's got gun depression, he can penetrate me whilst hiding his hull. I can't do that with him. Yes, I've got a solid turret, a decent turret. It's not the best. I've got a decent turret, but I just don't have that gun depression to sit on a ridge to try and to be successful on that ridge because I'm not going. It's not going to happen. It's not, and that's, you know, that's a downfall for me. And like here, I can't even, if that E75, I can't get my shot off. And even now, the Lerva, I've got to go forward to be able to get my shot. And of course, when I back up, I get shot from that Lerva. If I just had an extra couple of degrees, excuse me, if I just had an extra couple of degrees of gun depression, I wouldn't have taken that. I wouldn't have taken that shot, and I would have been able to have a little bit more hit points. I could have been a little bit more aggressive, and ultimately I would have stayed alive in this matter. But look here. He can take that shot very, very, very easy. And again, I'm not looking at getting the bounce here, and I get the bounce. So you'll always get the bounce when you're not expecting it. So just remember that. But if you are in the open, as I said earlier, if you are in the open, don't make it easy for the enemy. Wiggle about, you know, you might get the bounce. That was an unlucky shot there. I should have penned, and now look, he's got my side. I'm going to get deleted, but the Lerva is going to come around just about to kill me, and of course he bounced bounces his shots. Because of that, I'm able to get one more shot off, and even here I really struggled to get my gun down. So if anything, okay, leave the armor, that is absolutely fine as it is. Everything else is fine as it is, but maybe just give it a little bit more gun depression. If I had a little bit more, instead of 5, maybe 7, then I think that these tanks would be absolutely amazing tanks. I really, really would. But they're still definitely worth grinding. They are honestly 100% worth grinding, because at the end of it, you get an amazing IS-7. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know what you think of the IS-3, the IS-3 Bear, the soft Bear. It's a good tank, but it could be better. But it is still better than it says on paper. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. But for now, I hope you enjoyed today's video. I'm meadsy69, and we are going to get a win. We are going to get a win, but I'll end it there. So I'll see you all very, very soon. Bye-bye.